Welcome to Project Adopt Live, and we are live today in Lim Chu Kang at F7. I'm Edward.
And I'm Jo, and once again, F7 is Friends of 7, and you might have heard one of our very lovely residents saying hi to everybody as well. And what we're going to do today is we're going to have another episode of Project Adopt Live. Now, Project Adopt Live was an initiative that was started just this year during the pandemic when all the live adoption drives were not allowed to take place. And what happened was that the shelters started filling up and they started to have a lack of resources and space for all the lovely animals in there. And what happened was that Hope for Animals started this online adoption drive so that you would be able to meet your forever furry friend right here from the comfort of your own home. And in fact, it would not have been made possible without a lot of these wonderful sponsors, such as
The Pets Couture is the first sponsor we'd like to tell you about. Since 2010, they've been designing original pieces from Paul glamorous collars to fashion capes, bandanas, bow ties, and pet and owner twinning wearables. So they've been featured on America on Steve Harvey's show, with Nana the cat celebrity, HK TVB's Pet Channel, Straits Times, Yahoo Singapore, Channel 8's Morning Express interviews, and local pet magazine covers. Their website is www.thepetscouture.com. Facebook, The Pets Couture, and on Instagram, they're at The Pets Couture SG.
That's right, and of course we're also supported by Furry Criminals, but trust me, these guys don't just make products for bad boys and girls, okay? They make them for all your good boys and girls back home as well. They sell handmade paracord collars for fur kids with matching bracelets for the parents, so you can twin with your little fur child. And of course, they also have donated a bag of handmade collars and leashes for PALs, that's Project Adopt Live's adoption starter kit. So if you were to adopt a wonderful little fur child from our adoption drive today, you will get this whole bag of stuff from all our wonderful sponsors to bring home with you to start you on your adoption journey, including lovely things from Furry Criminals, right? And of course, we'd also like to thank our less visible sponsor, which is Sennheiser Singapore. You can't see them at all because that's their job, all right? They provide the wonderful sound equipment since Season 1 of Project Adopt Live, all right? So if I go a bit closer to the wonderful microphone, then I'm a bit louder. Then if I go a bit further, I'm a bit softer. But anyways, wonderful quality microphones, because otherwise, with all our very excited and happy dogs today, you might not be able to hear me at all. So thank you so much, Sennheiser Singapore, for your high quality lapel mics and your on-camera microphones at all, which is somewhere there, without which the live stream audio would not be delivered with such audible clarity.
So check them out online, Sennheiser, thank you. And also, our very own Hope for Animals artist team has created these wonderful, beautiful bark ornaments, which you can have personalized with a hand-drawn portrait of your pets for just $45.
That's right.
And out of these $45, $24.50 will be donated to the shelters. $10 is a small token fee for the artists, and the remaining will cover courier fees and other costs. So do support their perfect gift for yourself and your family.
That's right, and that includes your fur family as well, of course. And now I think it's time to tell the audience a little bit about where we are right now.
We're at F7, Friends of 7, and it's a wonderful charity started by a bunch of friends taking care, and it started with seven stray Singapore specials. And we've got a video to tell you about them in their own words. Check it out. that is F7. And we're really glad today that we've got the co-founders of F7 with us. One of them is Eileen. Hi,
Eileen! Wow, this is what she looks like. I didn't even know before this. She was wearing a mask all the way. Yes, anyway, Eileen is here and she was one, of course, of the founders of F7, taking care of all these wonderful doggies. And speaking of doggies, Eileen, I believe that you have one that you would like to show to all our viewers right now.
Sure. This is Enzo.
Enzo!
Hi, Enzo!
Enzo, come here.
All right, so if you can see,
Sitting right beside me.
Enzo is a very, very lovely 3-year-old Singapore special. He loves licks and kisses, and he's actually been trained to give kisses, okay, after you give him a treat.
Aww.
And he's also suitable for couples, families, with kids especially, and he loves to play fetch and spend time with people he loves. So everyone at home watching this today, in case you haven't figured out, we are here to introduce your possible forever family friends to you. So look at Enzo, he could be a wonderful fit for your family. He takes some time to warm up, but once he does, he loves you. He's a super affectionate boy. And just now he was giving kisses to a lot of the F7 members. So we'd just like to get a closer look at Enzo. Enzo, darling. Enzo!
Enzo was only born in 2017, so he's only 3 years old, but he's so shy. It's really sweet.
Enzo, darling.
And he's really one of those doggies that, if you look at him, he's always he's a little scared, he's a little shy. He does take a while to warm up, but when he does, my goodness.
And honestly, like, I think it's extremely rewarding when you get a slightly shy dog to warm up to you. Edward and myself, we actually adopted a dog as well from, where did we adopt from? Voices for Animals.
VFA, yeah.
Voices for Animals, and just the feeling of getting a doggy to come out of her shell, that is an incredible feeling because we don't know what they've been through in the past. But as you can see, Enzo is a wonderful, sweet dog who would love to find a forever home with you. Now, Enzo has been here for how many years, Eileen?
Actually, we rescued him since he was a puppy.
I see.
That was when he was about only 5 months old.
I see.
Yeah. So I think when he was outside, because he was like living in a secluded part of Singapore, and there were actually many foreign workers there.
I see.
So I think he might have some bad encounter with humans as well. Yeah,
Okay,
and that is
okay.
why it makes him a little bit shy.
Right,
But he's the type, once he warms up to you, right, he's actually very, very affectionate.
You can see how Enzo is sticking very close to Eileen right now.
And he actually likes to go for walks as well. Yeah, and he enjoys. And one thing good about him, he's super food motivated.
I can tell he's super food motivated.
So he can easily be trained. Yeah, he just need to spend more time with him and have the bond with him.
Yes.
And let him build up his confidence. Yeah, he probably will be a very good dog.
I have to say, I mean, this is the second time that we're meeting Enzo. The first time we came, Enzo was really super shy. Already the second time, and that was 1 month ago, but the second time we're meeting him, he's already starting to come a little bit closer. So, especially if you have this secret weapon, which is treats, he is an extremely friendly dog. Okay, and once again, as Eileen said, if you're a food motivated dog, you're very easy to train. Like, he's actually been trained how to give kisses. I wonder, could you demonstrate that? Does he do it for you? Oh, he only does it for PY.
Normally does it with PY.
PY is the other co-founder
Yeah.
of F7, and we'll be able to see PY very soon later on. She's like special guest, special character. She's coming on later, but we've got Eileen here with us. Eileen, can you tell us more about F7 also and the daily operations here?
Okay. So basically what we do here is we operate a very small scale shelter. We also do some sort of a commercial boarding. That is because we need the money to sustain the place, as over here we have to pay rental, utilities and many other expenses. So what we do here is we try to rehab the dog. We actually take our dogs out for their walks twice daily. Yeah, so they are actually quite used to the outside. Yeah, and also when we have like visitors over here, we also get them to socialize with more human beings.
But when you had volunteers helping you all through the last few years, but then during the circuit breaker period, was it a lot tougher because people couldn't come, right?
Yeah, because there was a period of time, almost like 2 months, that we were not allowed to host any visitors. So that time, PY and I have to run the place ourselves. So imagine one person have to walk that many dogs per day. Yeah, and we walk them twice a day.
You must have lost a lot of weight.
But I also eat a lot because of the stress.
But actually, like, speaking
Yeah.
of like having to take care of the dogs in F7,
Yes.
we have a question from the viewers, which is, what is the adoption process like here?
Okay, so over here, we probably will do some interviews over the phone.
Okay.
To ask you some basic questions to check whether you are actually suitable.
Ask me now, ask me now.
Yeah,
Okay,
something
pretending.
like, sorry, don't mind me asking your age, your
Oh.
occupation.
Wow, so you want me, okay.
What type of housing that you stay in.
Right.
So that we can recommend the right size for
I
you.
see, I see, I see.
And also, do you have any experience with dogs?
I see.
And importantly, how many people are there living in the household?
I see.
Yeah, because we also have to see how involved the family is.
Yes.
It's not just a one person's job.
That's right.
Yeah. Then the second step, if we find that might have someone suitable, we would ask them to come down to the shelter and meet up with the dog.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, once we have like done the introduction face to face, we will encourage them to actually come down to the shelter
I see.
for a few more rounds so that they can get to learn how to walk the dog, how to manage the dog, understand the dog's temperaments better.
I see.
Yeah. Then
see.
we proceed on with home screening. Then we will bring the dog to their house to do the bonding. Yeah. So once everything is done, we will start the home trial.
I see.
Yep.
So basically, you walk the adopter through every step of the process,
Yes.
including helping them to get to know the dogs, including introducing them to the dog's temperament, showing them how the dog likes to be walked.
Yes.
So really, everybody, if you're thinking of adopting one of the dogs today, such as our wonderful, adorable Enzo, who's really, really shy and sweet baby, please do. Trust me, F7 will walk you through every step of the way to start your wonderful adoption journey. And oh God, I really, really like Enzo so much. I already have a dog at home, so unfortunately, under HDB rules, we are not allowed to adopt more than one. But if you have space in your home and your heart for Enzo, please do give him one. He's been here for 3 years now, so I think it would be a great time. He's way overdue to find a loving family for somebody, a family that's completely dedicated to him. Once again, this is Enzo. He's 3 years old. He's a lovely, lovely, healthy, happy, friendly boy. Please do consider giving him a home. And if you have questions about Enzo, please do feel free to ask as well. And
Or if you have any questions about adopting, you've never adopted a dog before, or you have questions about Singapore specials, if you've never owned a Singapore special or interacted with one before, this is a great opportunity for you to ask Eileen or PY because they take care of so many Singapore specials. And there are a lot of misconceptions also. And we're going to introduce you now to our second guest. If you're thinking of adopting, you've got a real sweetie here. It's Pebbles.
Pebble! Hi, Pebble!
Pebble.
Hi, baby! Hi! You're so friendly! Right, so all the dogs here are pretty motivated. So this is Pebble. Pebble is also a Singapore special. Eileen, could you tell us about Singapore specials? I mean, like, a lot of people go like, oh, I want a purebred dog. But what do
Okay.
you think is great about Singapore specials?
Okay, actually, if you want a purebred dog, right, they actually have everything in them. Yeah, because if you talk about their ancestors, they
They have the
could be
combined characteristics
correct.
of a purebred dog.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they are also very unique. I mean, besides having some fear issues, they are actually very streetwise.
Right.
Yeah, so they actually pick up a lot of things very fast.
Right.
Right. I think we have a lot of experience with adopters who feedback to us that they manage to toilet train them very
Wow.
fast.
They're very intelligent, right?
Yeah, they're very intelligent.
Right.
And they are actually very clean animals.
Right, right,
Like
right.
over here, because we walk them twice a day, they also try not to dirty their kennels. They
Okay.
prefer to do it outside.
Right.
Yeah. So
Oh, so
even
that's very
if
important.
if even they are really urgent, they also don't do it in the
Pebble.
room. Yeah, they will like try to do it like outside of their
Pebble.
room. Yeah.
That's an interesting point to make because
Yeah.
you talked about they have all the pure breeds inside them.
Yeah.
Because pure breeds often have these genetic issues due to the fact that a lot of them are very inbred. They don't have a very large gene pool. Singapore specials, they tend to have less
Yeah.
of these genetic related
Yes.
hereditary medical issues, which can be a real problem for some dogs.
Yeah.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I mean, like, we love our Maltese, but Maltese has got all kinds of problems, and she still pees on the floor even today. But I mean, I think Singapore specials, they do pick up things very quickly because a lot of them, especially those that have been adopted by F7, had to grow up on the street, which means that they had to adapt very quickly. They're really smart dogs. And actually, for Pebble, Pebble is 8 years old. How long has she been with the shelter?
Okay, we actually only took over her like maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but previously she was actually living in another commercial boarding with her family.
I
Right.
see.
Her mother. and 3 other siblings.
I see.
Oh.
Yeah,
Lovely.
so the mother unfortunately passed away about 3 years back.
Okay.
Yeah, so the other 3 siblings have been rehomed
I see.
over the past few years. So
Okay.
Pebble is actually the last one.
I see.
Yeah, so all her life she has never lived in a home before.
All right.
Yeah.
Pebbles
I
only
see.
8 years old, and that's really a nice age because there you still get a lot of good years with them.
That's right.
She's still in really great health, and she's she loves belly rubs, as you mentioned.
Yeah,
and
she
so
really
it
loves
makes it
Yeah.
perfect for couples and for families because if you've never had a dog come up to you and ask for their belly to be rubbed, you don't know what you're missing in life. It is transformative, okay? When you're sitting there and the dog comes up to you and turns over, it's like nothing you've experienced before. It really, we want to encourage you that if you want to adopt a dog, seriously consider someone like Pebble.
Yes,
She's so sweet.
Absolutely, and of course, Pebble also likes to chill in a corner to watch the day go by. Because I think, as Ed was mentioning, she's got a good number of years left on her, but she's also past that really, really hyperactive puppy stage. So, if you are somebody who needs a dog who's more low maintenance, she's a lovely waggy-tailed dog. Can we get a look at her tail, please?
Aww.
Can we show off her tail a little bit? How her tail is wagging a little bit.
Oh my
non-stop.
goodness. And she's HDB approved.
She's HDB approved, so if you have in HDB flat, you have plenty of room in your house as well as hopefully your heart for a dog like Pebble. Now, as Eileen mentioned, Pebble has never known a life in somebody's home and a family that just belongs to her. So if you'd like to give her that, we'd really like to encourage you to give her a try. And we have a question from Elaine. Is Pebble suitable for families with small children? Yes, absolutely, right?
Yeah, actually, as long as the family is willing to do the steps of coming down here and meet up with Pebble and see how comfortable everyone is, yeah, probably she can be a good fit with a family with young kids.
I would really think so because Pebble seems like a really sweet and chill
Yeah.
dog, not like easily excitable, not violent, not sort of highly reactive, right?
Okay.
Like you can sort of like pet her. Like I was doing it just now, and she didn't really. She was just like, okay, I'll let you pet me. So like I think she's a really good fit actually for families with small children. I think what the concern is if you are willing to put in the time to come down and visit her a few times, I think that is the main concern.
Yeah, and also we would encourage family with kids, right? When the kids are interacting with the dogs, please monitor them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes, because kids, they don't know. Sometimes they might be too rough. They go and pull the tails or this unknowingly. They
Yeah.
make the dog very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So with
We've
close
had that with our
monitoring,
dog too.
yeah. So I think it should be okay for Pebble. Yeah.
Absolutely, because I think Pebble is a super chill dog. Pebble! Pebble really just likes to be petted. And if you look at that tail again, it's just going, it has not stopped. It has not stopped for the past 5 minutes.
So sweet.
Pebble loves being petted. Pebble loves being stroked and given treats. So Pebble is a wonderful person to just like boost your confidence. Actually, like, wow, this creature is just so happy to be around me. I must be an awesome person. So I mean, if you'd like a chill dog like this to bring a lot of love and happiness to your home, Elaine, thank you for asking the question. I really think Pebble could be a good fit. Please do take the time to come down or give F7 a call and. You could be welcoming your next family member really, really, really soon. Thank you so much for your interest and for asking the question, Elaine.
If you're just joining us, we are live at F7 here in Lim Chu Kang. This is part of Project Adopt Live, and we are hoping that you will consider fostering or preferably adopting some of the wonderful doggies that we're featuring today. And we're with one of the co-founders, Eileen. Eileen, also tell us about some of the other things that F7 is doing in order to raise funds during this period, because it's not cheap to run a shelter like this at all, right?
Yes, yeah. Because we are not a registered charity group, so what we do is we try to sell some merchandise. Yeah, and PY has also grouped up with another 2 volunteers to start to make jelly cakes, which is called 3D jelly chummies. Yeah. And besides that, we also sell merchandise like T-shirts. Yeah, the one that I'm wearing.
We
is for
choose
sale.
adoption.
Yeah, and we also have some stickers which features the cartoons of our dogs. Yeah, which was drawn by an artist.
And postcards, right?
Yeah, and postcards. We also have mugs for sales. Yeah. So these are the stuff that you can actually purchase from us,
That's
and all the
right.
funds will actually go to F7.
That's right. And of course, you can also sponsor a dog. You can choose any of the lovely dogs to sponsor, to donate money to, so that they can keep being taken care of, because they do eat a bunch and they need shelter. Sometimes they need medication. But as for that, I have to say that this dog that you're seeing on your screen now is Pebble. Pebble is extremely healthy, isn't it? Isn't that right? Pebble looks like she's got a really, really glossy coat. Very, very lovely doggy. And once again, a supremely waggy-tailed dog. Just always very, very happy to see you. Very, very happy for your attention. So if you'd like to consider adopting Pebble, please do think about it. Pebble has been here for 3 years now. Pebble has never known the love of a dedicated family. But she, as you can see, Pebble loves petting. Pebble loves hugs. And we would really love it if you were the one to give them to her. So please do consider. In the meantime, of course, we're really, really happy to be here at F7, Friends of 7, which has been around for a good number of years now. It started off by taking care of 7 stray Singapore specials. A lot of them were adopted from construction sites where the workers took as good care of the dogs as they could. However, unfortunately, they could not keep them long term because of a lack of legal facilities for them to take care of them. And so F7 really was very, very generous to take over them. And a lot of the original dogs have been adopted, but now there have been new dogs to fill their place. Of course, today you'll be meeting 5 of them. We already met the very, very lovely Enzo, as well as Pebble, a boy and a girl, respectively. Both of them very, very sweet, very low maintenance. So if you are looking for a sweet, low maintenance dog, please do consider both Enzo and Pebble.
Enzo and Pebble are both available for adoption and, of course, fostering. But if you
they're not available for fostering.
Not available for fostering. I apologize. But our next dog is available for fostering.
Yes.
And it's Blackie. They're going to bring Blackie out very soon.
Very, very soon. But of course, if you'd like to support them in a different way, if you'd like to just donate money to Friends of 7 to continue to sponsor the living expenses of the dogs, please do feel free to go ahead. We would really, really appreciate it. As mentioned, this pandemic period has been a difficult period for shelters in Singapore because they simply could not hold live adoption drives. So we are going to introduce more dogs to you, but remember, every dog you adopt saves the lives of 2 dogs. Because not only do you bring that doggy home, you clear up the space in the shelter for another dog who needs to be taken care of. So please consider saving 2 dogs' lives today in one fell swoop by adopting any of our lovely, lovely doggies.
If you're interested in adopting or fostering, the link is in the description below.
That's right, and we've got our next doggy coming right up. Hello, Blackie! Hi, Blackie! All right, we have met Blackie before. Blackie is
She's so friendly.
Blackie is very, very, very friendly. All right, everybody, breathe. Hello, Blackie. Here you go. You got the wrong hand, Blackie. Blackie,
darling. Blackie is 12 years old, and she's a Singapore special, of course, and she's HDB approved.
Yay!
She loves to go for walks, she loves to go for outings, and really we think that she'll be very suitable for couples, with families, with kids. And because she's really a very chill and very sweet dog, you have no idea how incredibly friendly she is, and she's very inquisitive and very curious. You would not believe that she's 12 years old.
Yes, and she's also very undemanding, even though she's very curious and active. So she won't clamor for your attention. You know, she's really quite low maintenance. She's just really happy to explore her environment, really. And actually, Blackie, right? So she's 12 years old, and she has a bit of an interesting story because she's one of the pioneers, I would say, of the doggies right here in F7, isn't that right?
Actually, not exactly, because again, we took her over from another commercial boarding kennel because I think initially an old man actually rescued her from the street.
Okay.
Yeah, so for one month. Yeah, when she was only 1 year old. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Then eventually the guy didn't come back.
Oh no.
Yeah, so she was sort of like just left under the care at another boarding kennel, in which they provide only the basics like food and shelter.
Okay.
So that time I think her skin was getting very, very bad, and because there wasn't any proper care, she's like totally bald, and
I see.
she was in a very bad state that time. Yeah.
Okay. But now look at her, she's like her coat is very glossy.
Yeah.
She's very friendly.
Yeah, she still has the sensitive skin issues, but with proper care, actually she will look something like that.
I mean, her coat is really, really beautiful right now. And I have to say that everybody, Blackie, if you are a bit concerned about committing to adoption right now, Blackie is available for fostering as well, only because she's a bit of a sensitive skin issue, just like Ed. Ed's got eczema.
I've got terrible skin.
So if you want to adopt Ed, sorry you can't, but you can adopt Blackie, or you can adopt or foster Blackie, give Blackie a bit of a stint in your home, and maybe you'll fall in love with her, because we really have. Blackie, over here! Blackie,
And
baby!
for those of you who are concerned, oh, she has sensitive skin, what about all the costs, the medical fees and all that? If you are fostering Blackie, not to worry, F7 will help to take care of the medical costs. We just need you to help take care of Blackie. You take care of the food and maybe her treats.
Is that, could you tell us a little bit more about the fostering process?
Yeah, that's probably the arrangement. If you can help to provide a shelter and provide food for Blackie, the medical will still come under us. Yeah, that's a fostering agreement.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely right. And of course, if you adopt any of the doggies today, including the super duper friendly Blackie, then you will actually get a Product Adopt Live special pack, thanks to our sponsors, including things like accessories, like food. So all these will be sponsored for you. So please take advantage of this special offer. It's a limited time special offer to adopt one of these wonderful creatures into your home. Like Blackie here, Blackie is so cute. All right, so sorry about that. We had a bit of some technical issues, but we are back online. And we, meaning Ed, myself, and Eiling, as well as Blackie, this beautiful girl who is, we would say, yes, she is a senior dog because she's 12 years old, but you can hardly tell because she's super duper friendly and active. And also, once again, she has not known the love of a family home in a very, very, very long time. She's been in shelters for years, but you would barely be able to tell it because she's so affectionate and so friendly. She had sensitive skin, so she had, as I mentioned, she has sensitive skin, just like Ed, who's got eczema. You can't adopt Ed, but you can adopt Blackie, all right? So Blackie is super curious, super friendly, and we would love if she finally gets a home. So please give her a chance. She's so friendly, and we really, really like her here. If we didn't have a dog already, we would bring her back ourselves. But unfortunately, we
One
have
of the things we like to note also is that because we do suspect that a lot of the environmental issues might be contributing to her skin sensitivity also. If she was in a home, that takes out a lot of these factors because homes tend to be a little cleaner or a little clearer of allergens. So that would help her skin also, that would help her be more comfortable. And as we mentioned earlier, if you foster, F7 will help with the medical fees and the cost for any medications. You just take care of her food and her treats and just take care of her.
And love her.
And love her.
And of course, if you do adopt today, once again, as we mentioned, there's a special care pack which our sponsors have very generously donated, comprising of accessories, of food products. So you will get a special limited time offer if you adopt the dogs today, all right? Our sponsors will actually help you to take care of the animals that you adopt. And of course, you will be able to meet up and take into your home some really, really lovely and friendly creatures. And speaking of friendly creatures, next up we have a
Christmas!
Christmas! Hello! Hi, Christmas! Hi, Christmas! Christmas, hi, baby.
Christmas is our fourth dog that we're featuring today. We've already featured Enzo, Pebbles, and Blackie.
Yeah, he doesn't like cameras.
Hey, Christmas! That's right.
Christmas is 8 years old. He's a super special who's HDB approved.
That's right, completely HDB approved. So you don't have to worry that your house is too small for Christmas, because Christmas, as Christmas is saying right here, please adopt me. Please adopt me, because Christmas, how long has Christmas been with you, PY?
He has been, we know him since about 6 years ago.
Okay.
But he only comes in when, I think in the year of 2017 or 016.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
at the time he has a, he doesn't really like camera. He doesn't really like camera.
Okay.
Yeah, he has distemper at that time.
Okay.
He was really skinny. So we were advised to put him in a place so that he can treat his distemper.
I see.
Not distemper, he has tick fever.
Oh,
so he needs to
I
be
see.
treated for a few months and then go for a check. So we have him since 2017, but we know him about 6 years ago already.
I see, I see. So Christmas is actually a very, very lovely dog. Okay, the reason why Christmas is growling is because Christmas does not like cameras. All right, I believe some of you can appreciate this. You might really this. If you're camera shy, if you hate it when your friends take photos of you to put on Instagram without letting you approve first. Okay, so Christmas is a bit like that. But otherwise, as you can see, I have not personally met Christmas before. I am just petting Christmas. I promise you, I'm not lying to you, okay? I'm just happily petting Christmas, and Christmas is very, very happy to be petted by a stranger. Hello, you want to and also Christmas loves treats.
Loves
So
treats.
if you have treats on you, well, which will be sponsored if you adopt. If you adopt today, hey, what? A treat?
Yeah, Christmas loves cuddles, loves going for walks. If you're one of those people that wants a dog just as a companion to be with you, to go through life with you, basically.
And to help you lose weight.
And help you lose weight, yeah. Christmas is perfect. He's 8 years old, but he's in excellent health.
Very, very good health, I have to say. He's very, very handsome. What do you say? I think Christmas has a bit of... What sort of mix do you think Christmas has in him, PY?
I'm not sure, but he looks a bit like Scooby-Doo.
It was a bit like Scooby-Doo. So yes, he loves a lot of things except for cameras. Okay, but he actually seems to be getting used to the camera now, right? On camera is where you get the most treats, isn't that right, Christmas?
Yeah, so happy. As we mentioned earlier before, if you have a dog who's food motivated, that's really a very good quality to have. And you can see that Christmas is very food motivated because food motivated dogs are the easiest dogs to train.
That's right. And I think as Ailing mentioned just now, especially Singapore specials like Christmas, they are very quick to pick up new skills. And could you tell us a bit about that?
I would say that they need some patience, yeah, and also daily training. To pick up a new skill.
Hello,
the
baby.
important things is like during walking, behavior and all this and social. These are actually quite easy for them to pick it up, but we need to practice daily.
All right.
Yeah. Even just like for a dog project, you bring the dog back to a HDB, you need to go through a training course. But the training course doesn't just end there. It needs to go on day by day.
Christmas, the camera is fine.
So cute. Yeah. So just like for him, right? He used to be even more. Buckish to new faces, but because he is now exposed to a lot of people, new faces, and during the exposure, we actually relate him to the treats, and all this actually train him to understand or to accept new faces faster. Yeah.
That's great, right? Christmas. Come on, smile for the camera.
And
Smile
Pia,
for the
we'd like
camera.
to ask you also, because you actually are the main...
One of the founders.
Yeah, you're the founder and you're
Caretaker.
the person, you're the main caretaker of all the dogs here.
Yeah.
You know, how has that experience been like for you?
It's very different from working in
Oh,
office.
it's nice.
I will wanted to come here every day to meet them, but it's really physically very draining. Because we do walk them every day and
Twice a day.
Twice a day,
Wow.
and we prepare their meals. Every dog has their own meals, but it's very different when we run the kennel ourselves. We can actually do more training. Yeah, actually, it's very fulfilling for me lah. It's very also how to say when they find them a home. Actually, we feel very happy.
Because you actually left your full-time job to do
yes,
this.
at the
right?
time I was actually jobless, and then the dogs were the previous tenant here is moving to he's moving to Sungai Tengah.
Right.
So at the time we have 5 dogs with them, and we went to see the place. It's not really suitable for because the space is rather small for the size of dog we have. Yeah, so we decided to take over this space. It's a big challenge at that moment.
That's
Because
wonderful.
yeah.
And of course, everybody at home, if you would like to give people like PY and Ailing a hand, because they have to walk all these energetic dogs twice a day.
When we have extra hands, because in the morning we try to beat the noon sun, so we can only give them like a 10-15 short walk, 10 to 15 minutes short walks.
Right.
Normally with the evening walk can be a bit longer, but if we have extra hands, we can actually bring the dog further. We can go for 30 minutes walk, so the dogs actually have a more chance to get themselves out for kennel.
But speaking of getting them out of the kennels, I think it would actually be the best possible option if Christmas here was able to find a forever home.
Correct. Because if you compare a home and a kennel, there's no way to compare lah. Because we don't live in, and they will not have anybody to take care of them in the night. Yeah, from evening to the next morning.
And and Christmas is extremely friendly actually.
Yeah, he's very friendly. It's just that he needs to have more interaction with the potential adopter. So we would like the potential adopter to come a few more times to bond with him before he really brings home. So this is also cut down the chance of the dog runs away and having problem at home or giving problem at home.
I see.
Yeah, the chance of a successful rehoming is actually better. If let's say
see.
we have the potential dog to really willing to spend time
I
to
see.
come and meet with the dogs. Yeah.
I see. But I have to say, so far he seems to quite like me.
Yes.
So he's
Actually,
pretty
yeah.
easy to meet.
It's always a wrong perception that the local mix are fierce, they are not friendly, just because they are barking. But because they are living outside, during the time they're living outside, they may have bad experience.
Right.
Yeah, so that's actually give them some fear, and when they're fear, they show a bit of reaction. Yeah, so that's not aggression, I would say. Yeah, because they are protecting themselves. They are barking just to ask us to leave them alone, give them space. Yeah. So sometimes barking doesn't mean that they are fierce.
That's right. And of course, once again, he's a bit camera shy. So if you're looking for an Instagram dog, you might have to train him a little
He
bit.
can okay with handphone, but not camera.
Okay with handphone, but not camera. So if you're bringing him back to be an Instagram dog, remember handphone, not camera. Okay.
So this is Christmas, and we really hope that you'll get the chance to come and just get to know him if you're interested in him. He looks like Scooby-Doo, my goodness. How cute is that?
Yes, and he's especially if it's a ghost behind the camera, like in Shutter. Yes, he will be able to scare that ghost away.
So we're here at F7. If you've just joined us, we're here in Lim Chu Kang at the F7 Kennels, and they don't have many dogs here. It's actually really not cheap to run this facility, and it's very demanding of them. But they do their best for all these Singapore specials that normally people don't really find very mainstream for dog ownership. People prefer pedigree dogs, but we want to share with you and show you that these dogs are wonderful, are sweet, and they're very, very, very suitable for your homes also. A lot of them are HDB approved. So do take a look at all of them. If you're interested, do click on the link below.
Hey, and we actually have our final dog up for adoption that would like to meet you today, and this is none other than Felix.
Hi, Felix.
You're so friendly. All right, as you can see, Felix is not scared of phones, not like the previous doggy. Hey, Felix, come here. Felix, you like treats?
Felix is 6 years old. He's male, he's a Singapore special, and he is HDB approved.
Yes, and Felix is also super duper friendly, loves treats and pets, as you can see. Treats, pets, both loves them very much. All right, and it's very suitable for both couples and singles. He's always coming up to people to ask for pets and treats and to go for walks. Hey, Felix, come here. Where are you, baby? All right. So, Pipa, could you tell us a little bit? I'm going to give you a treat so that you can pass it on to Felix. Look at that. What's that? It's a treat. All right, Pipa, could you tell us a little bit about Felix and what you love about him?
Felix, he came to the kennel when he's about 6 months old.
Right.
Actually, we know him when he's about 3 months old. He was somebody told us that there's a factory which is going to be re-hand over to another person, and the security guard has actually take care of more than 10 dogs there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because the parents not very shy, so they just keep multiplying. So when we're there, when we bring when we bring back the dogs, we actually send to the vet for a health check first. Unfortunately, at the time, Felix has parvo. So he will need to be quarantined in a place, which Anna will put him in the vet's clinic because he's not able to stay in a commercial kennel to be quarantined. So he's 3 months in the vet's place, and because of the if the restrict in space, he was put in a small room with 3 other dogs. So all this sudden close up from outside area and suddenly close up in a very small area. Probably has also made him a bit shy and scared. Yeah, he's a bit timid. Yeah, that's why he is quite reactive when you suddenly touch him somewhere. Yeah, but he's a very friendly dog. He doesn't show aggression, and he has a skill that he can climb the fence and jump out.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, he's our Speedy, Spider-Man. Yeah, he has actually jumped out twice before.
Oh my goodness!
Because the reason why he jumped out because I went to walk a dog and he was left alone in the room. So he was very scared. His roommate went out. Yeah, his roommate went out and then he jumped out.
Let's worry about his roommate. What have you done with my roommate?
So we're very happy that actually now he's HDB approved.
Yay.
Because we do worry that when they come to a landed property,
He might be able to
jump out.
Spider dog. Spider
But
dog.
he's a very loving boy lah.
He does seem like a very,
boy.
very loving boy. You can see he reacts a little bit, he gets a little bit scared when there's sudden sounds, but otherwise he's a very waggy dog.
Yeah.
You just look at his tail, it's a very waggy dog.
And he's got a beautiful coat. My
Yes.
goodness.
Lovely, lovely, shiny. I have to say, you've really taken very, very good care of the doggies here. Thank you so much. And we actually have a question for Blackie. How long has Blackie been with the
Felix.
shelter? No, we have a question for Blackie.
Oh, Blackie, oh.
How long has Blackie been with the shelter? Blackie was
She
one of the
was-
previous dogs we brought
Okay,
in.
she's now about 12 to 13. She has been brought to the kennel since 1 year old plus.
alright.
She has stayed in another, since she's 1 year old, she stayed with another kennel until about 2018. We transfer her here because we start here at 2018. Yeah, so but I took care of her when I worked in another kennel
I
in
see.
2017.
I see.
So I would say maybe 11 years plus to 12.
So
That's
yes,
a very long time.
thank you for asking, Noel. Blackie has been in the shelter for 11 out of the 12 years of her life. So if you'd like to give her a forever home, please, please, please do. As for your question as to whether or not Blackie is gentle with other dogs and kids, I would say so.
Yes,
Blackie
she is. But she needs a strong hand. Although she's 12, coming to 13, she really runs like 2-3 years old. She's very fast.
But by strong hand, you mean like while walking her? Lah?
Yes, when walking, but
But
when
she's
she's
not aggressive,
indoor,
right?
no, not at all.
Right.
But when she's indoor, she's very relaxed, very chill.
Uh-huh.
But when she go outside, she was like, probably because she was not able to go out for the first maybe 10 years.
Wow.
So she's
Okay.
locked in, and she has never been brought outside.
Right,
So
right.
when she has a chance to start walking outside, she just keep going and keep running.
Right, thank you, Noel. So thank you for asking the question about Blackie. We're really grateful for your interest in her. One of the older dogs in the shelter that really, really has not had a home for most of her life. So if you'd like to give her a home together with your kids and your family, as PY mentioned, absolutely suitable, super duper chill at home, but outside very playful, very active. So great with kids, actually,
Yes,
I
she
would
is.
say.
Yeah.
Absolutely great with kids. So please, please, please do give Blackie a chance. Thank you so much for your interest in senior dogs. We would love for her to be able to belong to a forever loving home before her time is up,
We
which
have
I
one
would
more
say is another
question.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got one more question from Pierce about Felix.
Felix,
Felix was here
yay!
with us. Pierce is asking, does Felix do well with other pets in the home?
For Felix, we need to match up with the other pets.
I see.
Yeah, actually, when we rehome a dog, we will advise the adopters in the beginning, don't just bring the dog out and then start mixing with other dogs because they are changing to a new environment. Yeah, let them get used to the environment first, and then slowly we introduce and then
Absolutely.
let them choose, because not like human, we choose friends also. Like for dogs also, they choose the friend. Like for him now, he has a very good buddy, Christmas. Yeah. So I will not know whether he can match up or if he's an existing
Right.
dog, but we would need to match up.
I
when
see.
meet up.
Or you could adopt both Christmas and Felix.
No need friends.
It would be much easier.
But my question is, for example, when you mashed up Felix with his current roommate,
Christmas,
how was that like? I mean, like, why did you go like, this one?
I don't know. Maybe at the time,
Felix.
nobody is owning the space.
Right.
Yeah, they just come to a new space.
Felix.
And at the time, so maybe that's much easier.
I
Yeah.
see, I see. So they were friends before.
They have not met each other before.
Oh, they've not met each other before, but then
they've
after that they were
yeah,
just like,
they've-
okay.
They got
Because he
good
came in
vibe.
when he's already 6 months old.
I see, I see.
He has
I
been
see.
staying in the kennel for quite a long time also. About 6 years plus. Yeah.
6 years in the kennel. Come on, somebody give Felix a home. All right, I'm looking at you, Mr. Pierce Sim. All right, if you can, please do take Felix. So Felix, as you can see, is very, very sweet and very friendly. But how is Felix with the other dogs in the kennel?
Selectively also.
So
Yeah.
how about Felix won't attack lah?
For dogs that he doesn't like, he will bark first.
He will bark
Yeah,
first.
because
Okay.
kennel is a very tight space.
Yeah.
And everybody marks their own territory.
I see.
So if you come to my territory, he will bark.
he will bark lah.
Yeah, he will bark.
But he's not otherwise aggressive.
Yeah, I won't say that he's aggressive.
He's
yeah.
sort of more bark than bite
Yeah.
lah.
He's
Yeah.
so cute lah. If you'd like to foster or adopt, of course, you're looking for the details. The link is in the description.
That's right.
And now, PY also, we'd like to talk to PY again very soon. She's going to just bring Felix
Bye, Felix. Go back to
his
your nice room.
Okay, PY will be back with something very special. It's a 3D jelly cake. Why? You're wondering like, wait, you're at a dog shelter, why are you showing us cake? Okay, the truth is it's really expensive to run the shelter. Okay, they are not a registered charity.
Yeah.
They rely entirely on private donations. So if you want to buy their merchandise or you want to check out their 3D jelly, PY is bringing that in
I'm
right
just
now.
wiping my hands of dog saliva before
Look
I
at how
handle the
gorgeous
3D
that
jelly.
is.
Oh, okay. Can we get a close up of the 3D jelly?
It's a heart-shaped cake. PY, tell us about this.
Okay, how I get to know about this is I saw on Facebook one day about to go for a class learning how to make a 3D jelly cake. That's how I first come to know about this 3D jelly cake. So after the class, me and another volunteer, actually I went to class with the volunteers. Yeah, so 4 of us. So after the class, we find that it's a chance that we can practice and also make nice cakes to show other people, to let people have it and try, because it's not very common in Singapore. And also at the same time we can raise funds for the dogs. So we make these cakes. All the profits goes into F7.
Oh wow! Thank you so much. And this is gorgeous. Is it like agar-agar?
Yeah, it's made from jelly. It's a plant-based jelly.
I see.
Mix a little bit of agar-agar powder.
Right.
But to make this, it takes about 4 to 5 hours.
Wow! All right. How much does one of these cost?
For us, the basic one will cost you $58.
Is this a basic one?
Yeah, this is a basic one, which it comes with some flower design and a coconut base.
Right.
But if you like to choose additional of like canned fruits chunks that we can put at the base. Okay, then we add another $10 to 68.
I see.
That's very affordable, actually.
It's affordable, and I would say a very healthy sort of like birthday cake.
Yes,
so
it's a more refreshing one.
It's refreshing, and if you're watching your weight and you don't want to eat an ice cream cake or like a dense chocolate cake or whatever, this is beautiful, extremely Instagrammable for your birthday celebration or whatever celebration really. And of course, all proceeds from selling these cakes, which took up 4 to 5 hours of PY's time, they go into supporting the doggies right here at F7. So if you'd like to support the dogs, if you don't currently have room to adopt a dog, but we would highly encourage you to, that if you don't have room but you would like to support in other ways and also enjoy a healthy treat, why not consider getting one of PY's homemade jelly chummies? That's what they're called. So
thank you. I also like to thank my teammate, because I have 2 volunteers that join me to make this. They are June and Jane.
Wow.
Yeah, so we do, yeah. So I really thank them that they really take up their time to spend and make the jelly cake. Yeah.
I see. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye. And
Okay,
one more question.
Last question is from Zihui. Zihui is asking PY, do they need to make an appointment to meet the dogs?
Yes, we need an appointment to meet the dog, but before that we will meet for us in doing visitings or
to come to visit and maybe inquire
because
about
now it's still in phase 2, so we are in control of how many people we can have in the kennel.
Yes.
So please do make an appointment if you'd like to meet these wonderful doggies.
Okay.
Who is this?
This is Hector.
All right,
Hector.
thank you. Okay, we'll relieve you. Hector will relieve you for now.
Ken,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much. Okay, Hector, yes, please, Hector. So Hector, we're very happy to announce that Hector is one of the long-term residents of F7, and Hector has found a home recently. Yay! Thank you so much to our generous adopters and donors. Hector is very, very, very friendly and very, very, very food motivated. Okay, you're wondering why Hector is here? Okay, actually, I'm also not sure why Hector's here.
No, very soon. Okay, our next guest is coming on soon, but before we bring on our next guest, who's going to be very familiar to a lot of you,
that's right.
we'd like to do a quick shout out to WTF. That's What the Fur, and they have very, very kindly offered themselves as a platform for you to donate food to F7 Home Shelter. Home Kennels. So, we're going to get Hector back here soon, but telling you about What the Fur, what you do is you just go to WTF.pet. That's WTF.pet.
Yes.
And then choose Donate from their menu. There's a list of items that you can send directly from there to F7 for the doggies here. So it's direct donation. It's like you're shopping for these doggies, and all you have to do is basically pay for it, and WTF will take care of the rest. They'll send the medical supplies, they'll send the food, they'll send the supplements. So again, that's at WTF.pet. Please do check that out, and we'd like to thank What the Fur for helping us with this. This is Hector. Hi, Hector.
Hi, Hector. Thank you so much for donating to WTF for the doggies like Hector, who finally found their forever home. And speaking of adopters, we'd like to invite to join us in this socially distanced chair somebody who is very, very familiar to all of you. Everybody, please welcome Miss Hanli Hoefer.
Hi, Hanli.
Hi, Hanli. How are you? thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.
I am going to hand you the power right now.
Oh my the power.
Yes, that's right. All right, everybody,
Hi,
Hanli,
everyone.
in case you're not familiar with who Hanli is, she actually has been a familiar face on television since she landed her first major role at MTV Asia all the way back in 2013. And since then, she's hosted so many of its iconic shows. She's been on the radio, where she honed her skills of hosting Hanging Out with Hanli on Power 98 FM for 2 years. And you might recognize her voice just from voiceover work in multiple commercials and documentaries. And recently, she's also been starring in lots and lots of Singaporean dramas, such as Chloe. She is Chloe herself.
Yes.
But you, of course, Hanli, you're not anything like Chloe in real life.
No. Or am I? No. No. I'm good. Hi guys, thanks so much for having me.
No.
Thank you F7 and Hoefer Animals for getting me on board for this. This is something I'm very passionate about, so I'm very happy to be here.
Absolutely. I mean, we've read actually so much about your passion for animals and your family's passion for animals and how you've constantly been fostering and adopting. Could you tell us a little bit about that journey?
For sure. So yeah, I grew up with very charitable parents, and when we were growing up, we sort of became the household that would kind of take any dog that needed a hand. And it got to the point where we even had like 7 dogs because we didn't know how to say no.
wow.
So every animal that has come our way has been adopted or rescued, and that's just sort of I guess it's a value that I uphold, and even now in my adult life, I have 2 dogs. Both of them have been adopted.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so
Okay.
it's just in, I guess, my family's DNA.
What's it like growing up with so many animals at home?
Like this.
Lots
Lots of barks all the time.
That's great.
Yeah.
And speaking of your 2 dogs, I mean, I was following some of your journey on Instagram. I follow Hanli on Instagram. So I know that one of your dogs is what they call a foster fail.
Foster fail. Yeah. Hero.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. So Hero came into our lives, and initially we wanted to foster him, but the fail part comes in the fact that we just ended up keeping him as our forever dog. I know.
Success,
I know.
actually.
And your dogs are so different. So
Exactly.
both Hero and Pixie were adopted.
Yeah. So Pixie came to us as a puppy.
Right.
So in terms of her journey, since we had her from a really young age, it's been really easy to just train, and she's really used to us.
Okay.
But Hero came to us in his adult life, and he sort of had his own journey. The home that he was in previously, his original owners were super neglectful.
Oh, no.
I know, and they would leave him at home alone for hours and hours
Wow.
on end. And it turned out that one of their employees became the core caregiver.
Wow.
And would even go in on his off days, on public holidays, because if he wasn't going to care for Hero, he knew the
Right.
owners were not. Just really irresponsible dog owners. What makes matters even worse is that they then adopted a small, cuddly toy poodle and completely ignored Hero after that. So he really came from a place of just experiencing hours by himself. And so he came to our home because his caregiver left the company, and unfortunately he was not able to take him into his home, and so we took him into ours.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, no, it was so rewarding, absolutely.
Yeah, so please do tell us more about why you think fostering and adopting is rewarding.
Yeah, I think I feel like when you take a dog in that a lot of other people may be quick to dismiss, you're changing a dog's life, you're changing an animal's life, and just everything that comes with that is rewarding. For example, for Hero, when he came to us, he was super territorial. He was really uneasy. He was not great with strangers. He had a lot of food aggression. You couldn't come near him when he was eating. It took a while for my buddy and I to get on equal grounds, but seeing his character change over the months and the patience that we had for him to open up to us, like that's the true reward of adopting a dog. To see them open up and become like the loving animals that they innately are.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I did notice from your Instagram that you talked about having to put Hero through training and having to sort of invest your own time in training and walking.
Absolutely, yeah.
Could you tell us a bit more about what you think it would take?
So, training-wise, because I grew up with so many dogs, I like to think I have some basic skills under my belt. So that was okay for Hero. But one thing that people should understand when welcoming a new pet into their life is that it does require a level of patience and consistency and discipline. But once that part is over, they're trained, you can work with any dog, I feel.
That's great.
I think some of our viewers might be wondering also, because Hero and Pixie are very differently sized dogs.
Yes, Pixie is like this, and Hero is like this.
And And so, could you share with us what it's like to have two dogs of that size? Because somebody might be like, I have a really small dog. What if I adopt one of these dogs and they're a lot bigger?
Of course, yeah, of course. You want to be mindful for the smaller dog. For that, just from my personal experience, I was quite fortunate that the two gelled quite well. But I guess it is something to be mindful for. If you are bringing if you're bringing any other dog into a home that has an existing dog, I think it's good to have a trial run before committing to that. He's like staring at the trees. I know, I'm teasing you. It's drooling. Okay, I got you, boy. I got you.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, like we can see all the dogs here are really, really sweet, really, really food motivated, and therefore very easy to train and very, very friendly as well.
Hanli, we need to ask you, you're a model, you're a host, you're an actor, you do all these things. You got a super hectic schedule, and I think a lot of us do, we do so many things with our lives. People might be asking, do I have time for a dog? How do you manage such a hectic schedule and still have time for your doggies?
No, that's a very fair question. Well, actually, Circuit Breaker and the whole of 2020 has been the best year for dogs because I've just been at home all the time. They're like, "You're still here? This is great."
That is great.
But normally, I'm sure you guys as well, it's a very project-based schedule. So if I know what my schedule is like, I will get my friends or my family members to help house sit the dogs for me if I'm going to be out for long hours. But that being said, I do make sure they get their 2 long walks a day, even if I'm really tired. It's a non-negotiable, right?
Oh, that's
you
great.
need to have them exercise, so I make it work. Yeah.
Okay,
And it is really nice, right, to be able to go out at the end of a long day, you go back, you see your dogs, they're so happy to see you.
Right?
And then you bring them out for a walk and you're like, oh, this is fine.
It's so, like one thing people don't realize about being a dog owner is how grounding it is to even have that own schedule in your life. The first thing I do in the morning is I have I guess a mindful moment to before I plug into my screens, I just go out, get some fresh air and get some exercise. It's not just for them, it's for us too. Yeah, so that's something super rewarding about having a pet dog. Yeah.
No, I have to say I absolutely agree. I mean, Ed and I, we've been through, not mutually between us, but we've been through some tough times. And just having a dog was indeed very grounding, just especially in this crazy time of the circuit breaker and of the pandemic when you have no idea what's
100%.
happening.
Yeah.
Right? But you always know that in the morning, you walk your dog, you come back, your dog will be super duper happy to eat his food, and then in the evening, you walk your dog again. And that gives you some sort of purpose and schedule as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's not always a cakewalk, so let's be fair. There have been some challenging moments, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Could you share with us some of that and how you work through it with your animals?
Challenging moments. Ugh, so I'm trying to look back at all the animals that we've had. I think one thing that people get wrong about dogs coming from shelter homes is that, they are damaged. And I hate saying that word. And with this, there's this horrible misconception that old dogs can't learn new tricks, and people just don't want to invest the time into that. And I think some of the challenges is looking past this, trying to train an old dog that has his ways. And there is going to be challenges. There are going to be moments where the dogs are going to be confused. And I think it's just being as a pet owner, understanding, where they're coming from. So I can't pinpoint one particular one, but it's just so many. But it definitely is patience and understanding and not taking it personally, I guess. When Hero came to us and he was food aggressive, there were moments where I didn't even realize he'd be eating and I'd walk too close to the bowl and he'd come for me.
Oh, wow.
I can see maybe as a newer owner that could be off-putting. Oh, I don't want the dog anymore, but I think it's just going past that and understanding where they're coming from and having the patience to just don't take it personally.
And it is incredibly rewarding to see them transform, right? To see them warm up to you.
Yeah.
And their personality just changes, right?
100%, yeah.
So on the flip side, I think we'd like to ask you, what do you think was the most fulfilling moment you've had with all the numerous dogs you've had in the past?
Ooh.
Okay, 2. 3.
Fulfilling moments.
Yeah.
I mean, not to sound corny, but I love my dog so much. I get it every day, you know? It's just like they're such beautiful, loyal creatures. They're so soulful. I find my dogs super therapeutic as well. You know, just, I think we've all done it, staring into our dog's eyes and just like had that moment of, oh my God, I love you. And it's just really rewarding because you know that they love you too. You know what I mean?
That's
And just having them, just be so comfortable and be so loyal to you. That's something that you can only truly, that bond you can only get with a pet.
not like a guy.
Nah.
So this is why you don't look in my eyes so much.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just a
Yeah,
dog.
we both look at our dog.
Through them. Your turn.
Well, Hanli, I think you shared something very motivational on your social media today about relationships with dogs. Would you mind just sharing that quote here for anybody who's not had the good fortune of seeing that today?
Oh, what did I say? Oh my God. What was the quote? It was,
It's something like a dog is not. Oh no.
your dog is not your whole life,
Yes.
Yeah.
but they make your life whole.
Oh.
And it's really, really true. You don't know that there's something missing from your life until you own a dog.
Absolutely.
When our last dog passed, we spent about 9 months
Grieving,
without a dog because we were grieving, and we were like, okay, it took us about 9 months before we were ready for another dog. And when our new dog came into our lives, we were like, this is what we've been missing. It felt instantly, it felt more full.
100%, 100%. And it just, like I said earlier, it grounds you. They're so irreplaceable.
No, I absolutely agree. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all our viewers, in case you're wondering what's missing in your life, we think something like this might be it. So we actually tried to introduce you to 5 dogs right here at Friends of F7 today. And we would really, really appreciate and we would be so grateful if you gave them a forever home and maybe made a big difference to your own life as well. Now let's just see if we have any other questions for Hanli.
Oh, there's questions about a cake.
Hanli, what do you think of this cake?
Beautiful cake, by the way. I saw it as it walked off camera. You made that?
We get to eat it later.
Right, thank you. Otherwise, thank you so much, everybody. If you have any questions for Hanli or for F7, please do feel free to leave them in the comments below. And once again, we would like to encourage you to adopt and save not just one dog's life, but 2, because you're making space in the shelter so that they can take in some more. Hanli, are there any last words of wisdom that you'd like to share with our audience?
Ooh, oh my God. Putting me on the spot, girl.
Yes, absolutely.
No, I hope that anyone who's tuning in is inspired to, yes, adopt, help, get involved. And if you don't have the means to adopt, please come and volunteer and look further into what F7 is doing out here. It's really inspiring. And yeah, it's really heartwarming to see the efforts that these guys go through, all in the name of helping out some animals. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. All right, we'll see you at the very next Project Adopt Live, where we are introducing a brand new species, actually. What is it, Ed?
We're gonna have an adoption drive with bunnies for Adoption Singapore. Bunnies! Oh my
Bunnies.
goodness.
Wow.
And Forget-Me-Not Shelter as well. We also have exclusive interviews with the administrators of the Singapore Specials Club. If you're wondering why we work so much with Singapore Specials, it's because we really, really want to share with everyone how wonderful they can be. Look at Hector. Hector, by the way, Hector only has three legs.
Functional legs, yeah.
Yeah, and he's such a sweet and wonderful boy. And he's been here for a really long time, but he's gonna go to his forever home soon, and we're really happy about that. We hope you consider that. If you think, fostering is too much, adoption is too much, you can sponsor a dog for as little as $1 a day. That's as easy as it is, and that's how cheap it is to just help. I think we can all afford that. So thank you for watching, and thank you to Hanli for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
I'm
for
Edward.
having me.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you so much for F7 for having all of us today. And we do hope to see you guys at the next Project Adopt Live. All right, bye everyone. Bye.